Mr. D and caller and the family. This is Leslie, South Carolina.
Good morning, Miss Leslie.
Good
South
morning.
Blackie is in the building. That still don't sound right. Leslie, you supposed to be in Jacksonville. Okay.
It's coming to pass. It will come to pass.
I know at some point in time it'll be normal, right? It's like saying Carly in Orlando. Is there somebody
Right.
in St. Louis that just sticks? So,
Yes.
all right. Let's see here. Laura recruited you to South Carolina and wouldn't let you go. I get it.
No, she got to focus on that Jayville. We got to get you back in Jayville.
All right. Let's go. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Excited about today's event. Definitely want to make sure you guys are texting your partners, letting them know, hey, the meeting has actually started, and we're going to go ahead and do what we normally do. But we are again, we're making sure you guys are using the events. We know for a fact that the events, like I said on the other night, that Tuesday night's events are now going to be done by the actual leaders, when it comes to the leaders of the company, panel leaders, myself, JC Rangel, the Pachecos, Ed and Julio's of the world. So you guys, you already know you got a high power lineup on those Tuesday nights. So make sure you pack them out with all the people who love to hear about the network marketing side of business, right? And then on Thursday nights, we'll have our market leaders and our rising stars, doing the presentation. So you'll hear and see from people like Del Boudreaux. Let's see, Laura Johnson's on here as well. The Carly Gwynns of the world, the Idris Alakas of the world, Dr. Arlene's of the world. So you'll hear from our superstars as well as Matt Acosta, and some of the other leaders across the company. So again, just so you know, those are going to be on Thursday nights. Now, obviously, we have our events, our collaborative events on Thursday nights as well. And so, what I'm looking at doing with the leaders is I'm looking at finding a sweet spot. So it's either going to be at the same time or it's going to be an hour later. But I want to make sure that we have our collaboration events because our collaboration events are important. And those are really key to our professionals, right? And so that's going to be something that we're not going to stray away from. That's going to be a dedicated day. So just trying to figure out if that's going to be the right day to do that on. But nonetheless, as a matter of fact, for those of you who were in attendance on Thursday, what are you guys thinking about the new slides and the new presentation for the collaborate? I know I sent him to Dale already. I know he'll be using them today at 11 o'clock. But what do you
Yes,
guys
sir.
think?
So I love that collaboration. I always did. The presentation, the slides, it just gets to the meat of the matter in a business professional way. And what you're doing is you giving them a solution to grow their business. And even without them saying they have a problem growing their business, you giving them a solution to grow their business, and everybody's interested in growing their business one way or another. So, and it's definitely a big tool and an option for them, whatever decision they make on their business going down the road. So after you finish giving them that presentation, they can't say they don't know. That's what I love about it.
True. Yes, it's true. Now, I know Vic had some people on there Thursday night as well. He had a couple of guests on there. Matter of fact, I had a couple of guests on there as well. And matter of fact, my guest actually got started yesterday. Um, they got the 675 pack, basically, the last 675 pack that they can get because it's 9.99. Well, it's 9.99 plus 1.99 now, but they got that promotional situation where they were ready to do the 1.99 and the 675. So, but no, like I said, at the end of the day, it's they got a chance to come in and got a chance to take advantage of you know the Zeta promo, which is always a good thing. So I'm looking forward to launching them. I actually added them to the group, the WhatsApp group last night. A lot of you guys welcomed them into the group last night. So thank you for that. But yeah, I have several other people I'm going to be contacting and presenting for one-on-ones, two-on-twos, having them, inviting them to things that we're going to be doing And so, especially on the Thursday night, if it's a presentation I'm doing on Thursday night, I'm just inviting them to the Thursday night. Like instead of doing one-on-ones, I'm just going to invite them to the Thursday night. And so um, I'm excited about that. But yeah, as you guys get really good at doing the collaboration presentation, there'll be some days where in the beginning of the month to kick the month off, and at the end of the month to make sure that we go on runs. A lot of you guys are going to be able to watch your colleagues, do the presentations and go and serve you as well. So we're gonna make sure we start ramping this thing up because as you see today, we're in the right place at the right time. We just got to do the right things. So there are a lot of things that are on the table right now that we can take full advantage of. So that's important. Now, let's see here. What I do want to do real quick, because I know we're gonna have a really nice dual training today. Matt Acosta is gonna be coming on at around about 6:30 ish to get himself rocking and rolling. So while he does that, while he's getting prepared to do that, I want to make sure that we do what we normally do and make sure we go ahead and start doing our weekly reflections and uh, what worked for you, what impacted you this week, from the system, and we'll go from there. And let's make sure, like I said, guys, keep it to about 30 seconds to a minute and make some things happen. Carla, go ahead. I'm sorry. You waiting. My bad. You should just go, Carla. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Bean. Good morning. Thank you, everyone, for everything. I just wanted to say I missed Millionaire Mindset this week, although we didn't have it because of the holiday. But what I did do was there was a project that I had been procrastinating on, I neglected to do, and I just basically stuck with it, even if it took me all day to get it done. And that's a whole leadership thing. It's just making sure that me as a person and as an emerging leader is to take care of the things that need to be taken care of regardless, because it costs you in the long run in terms of time and energy when you allow life to get in the way of taking care of the things that need to be taken care of, regardless of what else is going on in life. So I just wanted to share that leadership lesson. And also the collaboration on Thursday was amazing. The trainings on Tuesday were amazing. And Mrs. Bean's water training was also amazing this week. So thank you very much for allowing me to share. And I hope I kept to the time. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that. And that's the thing, guys, that makes you great. In separation from everybody else, life happens to us all, and it does in varying degrees. And the people who can overcome it, shake it off, the people who can do big things, in spite of, those are the people that are written up in books, magazines, the people who are remembered in history, people who impact families and things like that. And again, it just says a lot about you, that you can recover, you can do your thing, you do plug in, and you do, find this and it says a lot about the system as well, that you find this as a place that you can use as a healthy distraction as well. So that's good stuff. So thank you for sharing. Appreciate you. Laura Johnson.
Okay, good morning, family. First of all, Mr. Bean, thank you for the platform. So what impacted me this week was really your leadership call, sir. You had a leadership call this week, and you were in our face, honest, upfront, truthful. And so I had already begun to reset myself in terms of my business. I think that my comments last week expressed that, but you really gave me a way to focus on how to reset myself and which direction to go. You asked us to ask ourselves some very hard questions. And the one that stuck with me the most was, why would someone invest in me, and what can I get better at? So you clearly said that when we're out here prospecting for business, that we're asking people to invest in a business, but we're asking them to invest in us. And so, I had to do some real hard reflections there and say to myself, what is it about you that's either attracting or repelling the people that I'm speaking to? And I came up with some, truths. And one of those being that, I'm resetting. And another point you brought forth was that if you have to reset, it's because you didn't stay in activity mode. You didn't stay in the mode that you were supposed to be in. That you allowed it to slip away. So now here you are, back at the starting line. So that was really what impacted me this week. And I went out and I spoke to some people about the introductory price that was going away on yesterday, and I had one individual purchase a Zetter at the final introductory price. So now it's just the promotional price that I'll be talking about, because it's still promotional because it's $350 less than full price. Thank you, sir, for allowing me to share.
Boy, it's a lot of good stuff up in there, man. I'll tell you. First of all, when it comes to the leadership calls, you should always qualify, ladies and gentlemen, to be on a leadership call if there's a leadership call being had. And you figure out, what do I need to do to be on a leadership call? I'm gonna tell you right now, for starters, work on being builder 250. Like I said, and as a leadership call, that's not saying a whole lot. That's just saying that you ready to pick up, the pickaxe, the hammer, the shovel, and go to work. You know what I mean? That's all. It's just like you got the bare bones, the roots. What we need. To know that you ready to go out there and build a team and build something special. But like I said, that challenge, guys, it was, it's one of those things where you got to understand that it's not it's not just $199. It's a commitment, right? And so there's a $99 commitment behind it. And do I believe that the person who, I'm talking to, if that person can help me get the 199 back, yeah, if that person can help me get the goals that I have achieved, when I'm looking at this individual, what they've accomplished. If I asked you, if a person asks you, well, you say I can make $5,000 a month, how much money are you making per month right now? Now, yeah, I want to make an extra $2,000 a month to send my kids to private school. Well, I mean, are you making $2,000 a month? Can you help me make $2,000 a month? Right? And so people have the right to ask that. Okay? You don't want it to always have to be, well, no, I just got started, or what, I'm relaunching my business right now, but Mr. Bean, or I'm relaunching my business right now, or Carly Gwynn, or I'm relaunching my business right now, or Idris Alaka can help you, or one of our leaders, you should never have to always pivot to somebody else and use them. Your system is great, but it's not the system can also be a hindrance to you. The system can also be a crutch that you use to fail, as well. Like, so, because people are looking for people to run with, people are looking for winners, people are looking for builders, people are looking for people with experience, and you got to start working on your resume, right? So that 199, if you got looking at those presentations and that you've done, one-on-ones, two-on-twos, and how many people you sent videos to, and so your ratio of people getting started was 1 out of 25, right? Or 1 out of 15, right? Let's just say if it was 1 out of 15. Not bad, not good. This is what it is. That's the ratio. But that means that only one person out of 15 people felt like they could trust you with a $199 investment. Right? So that's, when you look at it from a business perspective, that's how you want to look at it, because that's a fact, right? And so, like, man, like, what is it about me that told that person they could not make $199 back, or they did not believe in what I was selling, or whatever it was? And so that's what you want to do. You want to look at, so, okay, so what do I need to change? What do I need to, who do I need to evolve into? How serious do I need to be? And so for me, I know, you know, in a lot of this transition stuff that happened for me, I literally, um, I got rocked, and so at the end of the day, there's some things about myself that I did not like, some things that happened, or some evolution that happened, or some things that I reconditioned myself to, inadvertently, not unintentionally, that I didn't like. Okay, and so now I'm like, I have to go ahead and say, hey, look, you got to get it together, bro. Like, you got to get this done. This got to change. You got to go back to here, and vice versa, because this is what you're saying, but this is what they're seeing. right? That's the thing you got to understand. People have eyes and ears, right? And if it don't match, if it's not congruent, they'll let you know by not joining. They'll let you know by
Mhm.
not buying. So it's time for you to master you, and then it's time for you to master what you do. All right. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Del Boudreaux.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the platform, and appreciate every Saturday morning, man. I can spend with everybody, especially you, Mr. Bean, because I like Miss Laura. Miss Laura just stole that thunder, but that's okay because that thunder is roaring. That leadership call. If you're not on a leadership call, you need to get on it because that's where major nuggets are dropped and where your business grows without you knowing it's growing, right? So the part about having a niche and building an automated system really rang to me because I got an automated system built and I have a niche, but it's getting massive action behind that. So I love what Miss Laura said about why would someone invest in you, right? So right now you got ConocoPhillips laying 25% of their workforce off, BP laying 20% of their workforce off. You got every oil company in America's laying thousands of people off, and here we sitting with the biggest niche in the entire United States of America and abroad. So for me, it's like I mean it's that movie The Killing Fields, man. It's just there for us to take, right? That's all it is, man. So, we just need to get up off our butts. I appreciate the leadership, Mr. Bean, as always, and applying it immediately. Thank
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, that's when we talk about that niche guy, for me, y'all know my niche, there's always going to be building. That's the primary thing. Then I have my secondary. It's no different than you have in your colors. What am I going to build around? Product wise, I'm going to build around the big three, starting with Zeta, add a little bit of travel in there, right? And then also when the trading asset kicks in this month, I'm going to be adding the trading on there as well because that's going to be international. I have an international business and we're looking for an international explosion. So, but when it comes to the travel, even with the travel, I've been working with some people and communicating with people, letting them know, hey, this $29 plan, I'm telling you, this gold pack for Aventi is ridiculously cheap. It's ridiculously affordable. It's something that anybody and everybody can afford. As a matter of fact, Archie and Shanitri last night, they was like, "Hey, can my kids, my children, they don't have kids. They have young adults. Can they travel on my?" I said, "Look, this if they're building the business, they need the 199. Okay, if they're not building the business, they need to go. They need to go Aventi Gold Pack 29.99, right? Because they can't travel without you, right? Without having at least that $29 pack. So she's like, don't worry about it. They're gonna get the $29 if they don't join the business. So again, that's got to be a part of your current and conversation on a regular basis. You got to talk about that $29 Venti Gold Pack, right? That thing right there builds up, it adds up, it helps you get towards your numbers to build a 250 and every other building number going forward, right? So that's just a part of those things. Like in other countries as well, you have people who they call it going on holiday, right? It's not vacation, they're going on holiday, and $29 a month. Guys, think about this for a second. For less than $350 a year, you just bought at least a vacation. Forget the discounts, right? You get a three-star priced, 4 or 5 star vacation for less than $350 a month. If you don't do anything, if you don't travel for business, if you don't travel for pleasure, if you don't travel at all and get any resorts, discounts, cruises, whatever, you get at least got a 3 or 4, a 2 or 3 star priced vacation, for a 4 or 5 star location. So that's huge, okay, for a person who's not in the business. right? Just say customer. So everybody should be getting customers. This is the new that the gold pack. Let me share with you what the gold pack for Aventi is. The gold pack for Aventi is the affiliate on steroids. Now, why get somebody in for free when you get them in for $29.99? Even though they're not a part of the business, they are connected to the business financially. They have more of a chance to actually do business with us than a person who came in for free. Just being honest with you. You like that? You like that, Marva? A
Mhm.
new affiliate on steroids. That's what it is, right? So you got to understand what you have your hands on, guys, and always be thinking on how to promote it. How can you illuminate it? How can you elevate it? How can you bring more power, more light, more impact to it? How can you make it sexy and more appealing? How can you make it unique? How can you make it different? Because, like I said, on Thursday, on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Thursday when we had the leadership Thursday when we had the leadership call, I think it was. Um, how are you unique to this company again? What do you do different than everybody in this company again? Right? That
Mhm.
nobody else do, or they can't do, or haven't done. What deal did you bring to the table that we're doing? Was it the venti? Was it the travel? What sets you aside from everybody else?
Mhm.
And so you have to think in uniqueness. Right? You have to think in exclusivity. You have to think what can I do and how can I do it in a way that most people um hadn't thought about it yet, and they may, but let me go ahead and do it before they do it. Okay. So very, very important. So good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Let's see here. Sekou Brown, and then we'll go. Sekou, you'll be the last one, and then we'll go directly to Mr. Costa. I see my man's on, and it's about that time as well. So go ahead, Sekou. If you're talking Sekou, we can't hear you. There we
Sorry
go.
about that. Thank you for the opportunity to share and thank you for the platform. You kind of stole my thunder because I was going to talk about Mr. Eliala's training because I did watch the video. And
Mhm.
so I'm going to use that as my lead in to when I go door knocking.
Mhm.
And I've actually used it as a lead in when I talk to folks in my daily travels on the train. So I've
Mhm.
shared that with a couple folks, as well as I've shared um, a link to the 4-minute video for Zeta and a link to my website for Zeta so that they can go back and look at the white paper. So
Mhm.
that was important. And then over the weekend, I had opportunity to loan a Zeta router to a family member. They committed to buying it before the sale ended, but I didn't see it in my back office, so I will follow up with them to see what's going to happen next. And my uh, what I've been watching the most has been, or listening to the most, has been the Law of Respect by in uh, John Maxwell's 21 laws of 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, and
Mhm.
that's what I have to share today. Thank you, Mr. Bean, for allowing me to share.
No problem. And I'm glad that you said something when it came to the um, the follow up. When it came to them, when you loan, first of all, you had a box to loan. Again, that's very, very important. You had what they call inventory. So it don't matter if your inventory was an inventory of 10, 20, like the guys over in Memphis, it don't matter. The fact that you actually had inventory, an extra box was key. Now, when you look at what day did you give them the box, Sekou?
I gave it to them on Sunday,
Okay.
last Sunday.
Uh, okay. When did you get the box back?
I haven't gotten it back yet. I need to go back and get it.
Okay. So just for the record, when you follow up, want to make sure you follow up on purpose. And so, like I said, this is just a lesson now because this is gonna happen again, guys, in a lot of different areas. Matter of fact, it's gonna happen again with Zeta because the price is gonna go up again. It's going to go up again. Remember, we're not at the 999 is not the actual price. So again, this is a learning experience for everybody, but Sekou learned the most because again, he's the one that's in the transaction. So for me, I would have scheduled, a pickup for yesterday. I would have scheduled a pickup for the 5th, okay, or at least scheduled a pickup for today, and let them know yesterday. Like I said, because he said I don't know if they did it or not. I'm calling them back yesterday, right, the last day, and saying, hey, today's the last day, the 675. I don't. I know you probably forgot about it, or you probably been busy. Life happens, but tomorrow it's going to be another $225, another $325. So I need you to make sure you understand that, because whether you get it or not, I'm coming to get my box. Yeah, I know you. I know you've experienced it. I know you see the difference. I know you want it. I just don't want 24 hours to cost you $325. Right. And so always make sure you set remember, life happens, guys, to everybody, right? It's not that people forget about, it's not that people intentionally avoid you all the time, or just they're not into what you're doing. This is especially when they got your equipment, they seen the difference. That's an actual sale. Now you're going to get a bigger commission. Now you're going to get $300 when they buy, because they're still going to buy it. All right. Especially when you go take it and they go back to normal internet. So, but no, guys, just make sure the fortune is in the follow up, but the legacy is in the follow through. Right. So once you get them started, and once you get that box, out of their house, and get that box, into their possession, and just make sure everything is good. Make sure that they're loving it, making sure that experience is pleasurable, because the sale don't stop with their purchase and your commission. It's no different than getting somebody started. When a person gets started, that pack, that 199 or 675 or 999 or whatever it's going to be, that even with the $29, guys, like when the person gets started, they got started because you followed up, right? They actually use the program because you followed through, right? You want to know what their experience is. You want to get a video of them talking about their experience. You want to get screenshots of the before and after prices. You want to get them involved in the process. You want them to buy into helping you, right, promote your business. But while they're doing that, what they're doing is they're reconfirming to themselves that what they are doing for you actually works and can work for them. Okay. A person that's investing $29 a month and they're not using it, again, it's a membership. At some point in time, if you don't help them use it, you don't encourage them to use it, right? You don't get them to test drive that thing and walk through that, as they haven't, again, they can quit that membership. It's like any other membership. Okay? So make sure we're on purpose. And we like, because if you look at the people, John, like Grant Cardone's people, they don't miss follow-ups. They're machines, right? They are on point 100% of the time, and they're so on point that you'll get tired of them, but you won't be mad at them because they are following up with you. You'll be mad at them because they're putting a mirror to your face, saying, "Man, I know I should have called you back. I know I should have purchased. I know I should have made that purchase. I know I should have signed up. Whatever it is they calling you for after you committed it, it's just that's a complaint, an internal complaint, right? So." But I appreciate you, Seiko. That's good stuff. The laws of respect and laws of 21 Interview, the laws of leadership by John C. Maxwell. Those are really good books to listen to and learn. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, the reflections are the reflections. That's what we do every Saturday morning. Come on here and we talk about what goes right, talk about where the impact came from, and then we shift to the training. And so, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and bring our one of our featured speaker, for the day, to the line here, Mr. Matthew Acosta. And I'm gonna just tell you something about Matt. I got a lot of respect, for Matt. When I met Matt, it was in California at one of the Super Saturday events. And for those of you who don't know Matt, his background is he owns a barbershop and does real good business. Makes really good money in that barbershop. But he's always been a student. He's always been inquisitive. He's always been a person who he doesn't just ask questions because he feels like he wants you to think that he's doing something. He asks questions, then he goes applies the information to let you know he's doing something. He says thank you by applying the wisdom that he's learning, right? He says thank you by following the system that he's been given. And so now you see he and his fiancee Roxy, these guys are, ascending to the top of the company. They are, doing some big things and on all levels. They're launching people. That people are coming in and getting their fours. The people coming in and setting up, their showcases. The people coming in and buying Zeta. Their people are coming in as they're coming in and multiplying. Right. And it's because ever since Matt and Roxy started, they haven't stopped. Yeah. And so they've continued to build and build and build. And I love the fact that they are not distracted by their success. They're working even harder. Right. And so, so what I want to do right now is I want to bring Matt to the line. And so, Mr. Costa, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
How we
Man,
doing?
doing great, doing great. Blessed morning, and man, we got a big event today too, so I'm super excited for that as well. And I just gotta say, I'm honored, and thank you for that introduction, and just giving it back to you because with your coaching and your mentorship and the leadership that we have here, being able to be, coached and educated by yourself as well too, and other industry vets that we have in the industry or in the company here. It's a true privilege. It's like not every business or every place we're able to get coached or mentored in such way. And I commend you for that. And man, I'm just excited for us where we're going to be getting to. Because I know pretty soon we're not going to be on these Zooms. We're going to be on a yacht somewhere.
That's the plan. That's the
Yeah,
plan.
we're gonna be on the yacht there. That's the vision right there.
Yeah.
Be on Waikiki Beach.
The Big Island. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. So yeah, I'm excited, man. This is gonna be good.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the floor over to you and let you go ahead and do your thing because I know you and Roxy have been making it happen, and you've been infiltrating some organizations, and that are well-known organizations for companies like EXP and the real estate industry. But not just them, but them in particular. You guys have been having some success. So I'm gonna turn it over to you and allow you to go through your process, your strategies, and anything that you want to share with the team this morning.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much. Man, it's the journey has been incredible. It's seeing the whole business model unfold on where you can get to just by networking, talking to people, being out there, and just putting yourself out there as not even the industry expert, but just that you have something hot on your hands, and you just have a burning desire to go tell somebody about it. And just by holding that within and being out at different events, talking to people, people see that. They see like, oh, well, what is Build? What is the product that you have? What is Home Services? What is Zeta? And the consistent posting and just being able to get out there. And EXP is one of the focuses that myself and Roxana wanted to focus on. The reason being because they already are familiar with the model, and also we started off with Home Services as well too. So starting off with Home Services, or even solar, for example, just going straight after who's our target audience, right? So the company is evolving, and there's now so many different ways that we could skin the cat here with all the different products. We tailor it to so many different people. It's not a one size fits all anymore, or it's not just a one niche product. We have multiple different products that we can now offer across the board, and that's so exciting because now we can go after the masses. Just how Mr. Bean was saying this morning that with trading, he got his top three. He got the Zeta, sprinkle some travel, and then the trading in there, and that's coming real soon. I am super excited about that. That's actually the event that we have going on today, is the trading event. And so going back to targeting the EXP agents, is really what we've been doing is sponsoring events going out to events and networking. And ultimately, the biggest thing that brought us business is finding somebody that uh, is relatable to who we are or who we're trying to lock arms with or get close to. And also that person has the platform, they have the exposure, they have leadership within their circle or their community or on their Instagram. They already lead a big team. They already have the influence over their people as well. So being able to lock arms and come and collaborate with others like that is truly what the key to building is. And we've seen it firsthand because just for an example, there was a he's now a good friend of mine, and I've been following him on Instagram for about 3 years, and I've always seen he would always do events and put like networking events together or just collaboration events. And I was, you know what? Once Build started, I was like, now I actually have something tangible where I can really truly connect with him, right? And he had did an event. You know, let me go ahead and sponsor his event because right now I got something on my hands that I need to get out to the masses. Now being able to get out there in that way with Build, sponsored one event. That one was a great turnout. Sponsored another event that he did. After that second event, that's where we really had a conversation together. He's like, you've been supporting my vision. You've been supporting, the events that I've been doing. Like, tell me more about Build. Let's set up a call because, you're showing up, you're showing love, and I wanna get to know your product and see what you have here. And I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a done deal. This is gonna be a great relationship that we're gonna be building because what we have here is tailored to fit anybody. So knowing after that, we're able to sit down, hop on a Zoom. We broke down exactly what we did here at Build. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to get that one-on-one time, but I got through the door, right? So from there, I already know his sphere of influence and his circle there, and his circle is really who I wanted to get to as well. I know he has a big network of people. So the people that I wanted to get through to his network, I couldn't really get to them myself. And knowing that I could get to them through him because he has influence over them, I was like, this is gonna be good. So sure enough, we lock arms, and at one of his events, he introduces me to one of his top builders, or one of the top guys at EXP. From there, I was like, okay, this is perfect because that same guy I had went to his event. He threw an event probably like a year and a half ago, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get through to him like straight through the front door, but going through the back door is really the way to get to these bigger people with influences if you can't get to them directly, because they might just see you like, who's this guy? He's just another another person trying to pitch me a deal or pitch me something. So how can you get your product to somebody that has influence to bring the value to the table? And that's exactly what we did there. And being able to do that, we've just been rotating that whole cycle. Who do we know that has a big influence? How can we, if we don't know them directly, who do we know that knows them? And then go down the line and then get our way through the door that way. And being able to now expand was so from there, once we really seen that unfold, we're like, man, there's something bigger here, right? This is where what we call the tap rooting, right? Where we start tap rooting into the people, that have that influence. We are setting up the three-way calls. We're telling them like, hey, who do you know that needs to know about this product? Who can you connect us with that has another influence? Who can duplicate you and build out your organization? From there, we just keep repeating that cycle over and over and over. And also implementing, hey, hurry up and get your 4, because you want to be able to get your pay your $199, and we start painting the picture of how you could get your 4 and also have your whole membership for free. So we actually had one guy, he came in guns blazing. He signed up that day. That day he brought in 4 people alone. He was like, look, he's like, I'm coming in because you're telling me to do this. I'm gonna do it. And I want to be able to tell my people, like, hey, I came in and got my 4. So you need to do the same thing, because we're gonna build this thing up. So I was shocked. I was like, damn, this guy is running, you know? And that was one of the turning tales of seeing everything unfold, because now we started creating other leaders and other people with the burning desire to want to share this platform and the product to others. And also, man, shout out to the leadership, and shout out to our CEOs and the founders of the company, because just the new products on the travel and the trading, we're getting so many people that are interested in just that alone. Like, home services is great, but the masses is coming with the trade and travel, coming in with the crypto, the Zeta, and man, this thing is just hot. It's just burning up. So breaking down, leading up to the where the EXP, one of the EXP agents got us to, right? We just had a meeting with him on Monday, and super busy guys. Like, his office, he has a 5,000 square foot office, 180 agents. In the middle of the month, he already had $13 million of closes inside his office there. And he's now expanding out his office. He blew down the next wall, and he's adding an extra 8,000 square feet to his office. A total of 13,000 square feet, the biggest real estate office in Southern California, and just partnered with another brokerage that has 800 agents on their organization as well. Wow. They're bringing all of them over, and now he's having about 1,000 agents in his organization alone. And he was like, I'm completely in. Build this. You guys, you are my home services guy. Everybody in my office is going to know that you are my home services guy. I'm opening up my entire real estate office to you. You can come in here as whenever you want, talk to all the agents. You could do trainings. You could do the like water presentations, solar, whatever it is. My office is open to you, and you also actually have access to my entire book of business. So now you can look at any of the open escrows and closed escrows that I have, and go talk to the agent that closed that deal and train them on how to talk to their customer about wanting to get any of the home essential services. Wow. I was like, what? And this didn't just happen on Monday. And I was like, dang. So he's just really opening up, and it's just crazy where this is going, right? Like, I didn't even see where in the beginning where things would take off to, but I knew we had a bigger picture. We have something big on our hands that we could really take to the next level. It's just getting out there, putting ourselves out there, talking to people, networking, but also being strategic about it too. Being strategic about who are we talking to? Who did we have to find to get to certain people? So being able to now show up with confidence with that product, with the services that we have, with the platform, with the training and the education, because we wouldn't be where we're at moving around. You see, people are still watching the room whenever you're out networking. They're seeing like, damn, seeing that guy talk to them, this and that. But it's who you're being, it's who you're radiating. It's the light and the glow that's coming off of you as you're talking about the product. It's the passion.
And so that's one of the things. Another thing is, the fact that he allows you, he's so bought in. One that starts because you're so bought